Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest, and in this video we are going to compare the LG G3 with Oppo Find 7. Both these phones come with quad HD displays, which is 2560 by 1440, and come with very similar specifications. These are flagship phones from respective brands, and we are going to find out in 17 different perspectives how these phones compete against each other. Let's get started. First, we compare the build quality of these two phones. The Oppo Find 7 is made up of titanium alloy, whereas the LG G3 is made up of metal-like plastic. It is made up of high quality plastic materials, but overall we find that the Oppo Find 7 with carbon fiber look-alike back looks better. So in this perspective, the Oppo wins. Next thing is the display. Both have very brilliant quad HD displays which come with display resolution of 2560 by 1440. Both give very good and sharp detailing. However, in terms of contrast values, we find that the Oppo Find 7 display is slightly better when it compares to the LG G3. It is also slightly warmer and gives better colors. So here again, Oppo wins. Third thing we compare is the speaker quality. The speakers that are built in these phones are very different. Oppo builds a dual speaker, which is a stereo speaker, and they are pretty loud. We really like the sound quality on Oppo Find 7. Whereas the LG G3 comes with 1 watt mono speaker, is also fairly loud and clear. But when comparing these two phones, I find Oppo to be slightly better. So again, Oppo wins. Next thing I compare is the size and compactness of these two phones. Here the LG G3 is slimmer, smaller, is less tall compared to the Oppo Find 7. At the same time, they both have 5.5-inch displays which come with same display resolution, but in size and form factor, LG G3 feels much more compact and slim. So LG G3 wins here. Another very cool feature which I want to compare on these two is the notification light. Both come with notification LEDs, but the LG G3 comes with a standard notification LED near the earpiece, whereas the Oppo Find 7 has a skyline LED band which is at the bottom of the phone. The Oppo Find 7 LED looks much cooler and smarter compared to the LG G3. So here again, Oppo wins. Now let's talk about the performance. Both of these phones come with the same Snapdragon chipset. They have very similar specifications and hardware features. So in terms of performance, we found that both of the phones perform equally well when it comes to gaming and applications. So in this case, it's a tie. Screen off gesture is another very cool thing which both of these phones offer. The LG G3 offers double tap to wake up as well as knock code to unlock the phone. Whereas with the ColorOS, Oppo Find 7 gives a lot more features. Around 19 gestures are supported when the screen is off. You can directly enter applications like music application or camera application by drawing certain gestures when the screen is off. So in this case, I find Oppo Find 7 to have an edge over LG G3. Let's talk about some innovative features which we don't see on many phones. One is the back buttons on LG G3, in which the volume rocker and the power button are placed under the camera module. And on Oppo Find 7, I find the screen off gestures, which comes with multiple gesture support, is the most innovative feature on the Oppo Find 7. So in this case, I find both phones have very good innovations, so I consider it a tie. Next very important feature is the camera. In terms of camera, both have their own good features. Oppo Find 7 has a better front-facing camera which is a 5 megapixel and has more features and modes on the rear camera. Whereas LG G3 has a very cool optical image stabilization feature which is very useful when you are taking videos. Both are capable of taking 4K video recording. The laser autofocus on LG G3 is much improved technology and ensures faster focus. Also, hand gesture recognition on the front-facing camera of LG G3 makes it really cool. So in this case also, I think both are very good when it comes to camera, and the image quality comes out to be very sharp on both of the phones. So I'll call it a tie. Next thing we compare is the on-screen buttons versus bezel buttons. The LG G3, because of its compact form factor, chooses to use on-screen buttons, whereas the Oppo Find 7 has a taller body and uses buttons on the bezel. Well, it's about a subjective choice whether you prefer on-screen buttons or on-bezel buttons, so I'll call it a tie. Next, I'll talk about the user interface. LG G3 uses its own LG skin, whereas the Oppo Find 7 uses Color OS. Color OS is a customized OS on Oppo phones and has much more features. It is smoother to look at. The iconography as well as the text used on the Color OS are much cooler and simpler, whereas the LG G3's interface looks a bit cluttered with a mix of square and rounded icons. Also, it does not look as simplified as Colored OS. So in this case, I think Oppo wins. With a large screen and high performance, you would want to do multitasking. Both support multitasking, but LG G3 goes a step ahead and supports multi-window, in which you can run two applications side by side. This feature is not offered on the Oppo Find 7. So in this case, I think the LG G3 wins. Gaming and graphics are also very important for flagship phones. Both of these phones fare very well when it comes to gaming. So it's a tie. Battery life is also another crucial factor while deciding a smartphone. Both of them come with around 3000 mAh battery and they both last one full day. However, at the end of the day, I find that the LG G3 is left with around 30% battery, whereas the Oppo Find 7 is left with around 20% battery on my typical usage. So I think LG G3 is slightly better when it comes to battery optimization. So LG G3 wins. If you are buying a high-end flagship phone, you would want flagship features like wireless charging. LG G3 comes with inbuilt wireless charging, whereas the Oppo Find 7 does not. So in this case, I think LG G3 wins. There is one very cool technology with Oppo Find 7 which is called fast charging. It's a patented technology developed by Oppo. It's called VOOC. It charges your phone very quickly from 0 to 100% within 40 to 45 minutes. And for this innovation, I give Oppo Find 7 one extra mark. And reason number 17, which is last but not the least, is the brand value. Most of the consumers consider brand value while buying a product, and LG is much more recognized across the world compared to Oppo Find 7, which is not as popular globally. So in this case, LG clearly wins. So summing up my comparison, out of the 17 factors that we considered, Oppo wins on 7, LG wins on 5, and there is a tie on 5 points. Giving the tie points to both of them, it's a 10 versus 12 for LG versus Oppo. Besides being a less popular brand name, Oppo has left LG G3 behind by a slight margin. So if you are considering a Quad HD display phone, Oppo Find 7 is the choice to go. However, LG G3 is not that far behind. If you prefer compact and slim phones, I would recommend you to go with LG G3. However, if you prefer features over form factor, I would recommend you to go with the Oppo Find 7. This is all we have on our comparison of the Quad HD display phones Oppo Find 7 and LG G3. If you want to purchase these phones, I have left some direct links in the description section below this video. So do check out those links for the best deals. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below, and for more such videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel by pressing the subscribe button. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.